There's also the question of who takes responsibility for each molecule of greenhouse gas.
One of the most difficult challenges is that lots of countries and companies and individuals don't want to own up to their carbon footprint. For example, carbon-intensive countries like India, China, other emerging markets that are producing enormous amounts of emissions today, they point out that the goods they produce, for example, may be consumed by Americans or Europeans, so they should do the negative emissions. Or they may say, rich countries got rich putting carbon dioxide into the air, now it's our turn to lift our people out of poverty, so you pay for the negative emissions.
As yet, there is no universal policy for accounting for and attributing emissions. Today, governmental net zero pledges cover over 2/3 of the global economy. America and the EU are working towards a target of net zero by 2050. And President Xi of China, the world's largest emitter, has pledged to achieve carbon neutrality before 2060.
Some people see ambitious climate targets and say, fantastic, the problem's getting solved. Here's the problem. A target is no guarantee that we're going to get to the goal. It's important to have targets. It binds society together, it gives you a direction in which policy is going to go, it gives investors and markets some idea and some degree of certainty as to what investments to make. However, we often fall short of targets also, we should remember.
Most government policies focus on cutting emissions rather than how to tackle negative emissions.
Embracing, enacting, and scaling a negative emissions plan to get to net zero is a Herculean task. This is something far bigger than, say, the moonshot or other initiatives that it's often compared to, because this involves really every economy on Earth, every government, ultimately every citizen. All of us have to be involved and change the way we live. And it's not just a technological revolution, we need a revolution in our mindsets.